So my name is Ella Ginas. I am a senior at Pat Med High School, and I am from Medford.
Ella started doing her own business in 3rd grade. This is just one of many. And this is the biggest one that probably took off. Well, first of all, they wanted a pet. So she wrote us a persuasive paragraph how she was going to take care of a pet. And we both worked, and we said, no, you really can't. It's a lot of work that goes into it. So she said she was going to pet sit, and she would show us that she could do that. So she made her sign outside and left our phone number out there. And we had a couple calls, and a couple of our friends said, are you really going to do this? And I'm like, yeah, let's show them what it's about. So they did that for about 3 to 4 years. Finally, after that, we said, you know what, they earned it. They showed us how to do it. And so that was her very first one. We have a picture holding her first $100 that she made when she was in 3rd grade. So that was it. And then she went on from there.
There was a craft fair at an airport, and I set up a booth.
We went to MacArthur Airport and sat in a booth while she sold scarves, bracelets.
My mom sat there with me, and I would sell scarves, and then I would sell bracelets at Davis, and I moved into doing henna tattoos.
She did henna. She went to Davis Park while we were all on the beach. She had a little chair there and just did henna and just selling bracelets and henna.
Teachers would actually hire me for parties, and I've always, if I didn't want to pay for it and I wanted to make it, I'd do it. So there were these popular bracelets at the time. The popular thing to do was to have stacks of them. I wasn't gonna spend $40 on bracelets. I bought the strings for at least 10. I can make so many of them, and I wind up selling them to my friends, or be like, hey, you want one? Don't spend that money, I got you. And I'd make them and ultimately save money.
I mean, Ella was just that way. She's really dedicated and passionate, and I have to say competitive. Those things you can't teach someone. It's in you. She knows it. She has drive. I just love to watch her every year and just see what she's coming up with and what new things. I'm like, all right, how are you doing this? And next thing you know, I'm like, wow, you did it. You really did do it.
Ella's collection, what I do is I thrift clothes, so I tie-dye shirts. I will repurpose them. I'll sew them, crop them. Another thing I do is I take authentic designer bags that have the zippers broken or the handles broken, and I'll cut them up into patches and I'll put them on hats. I saw these hats selling for $60, and I didn't want to pay for it, so I was like, all right, I'll buy a bag, I'll make these hats. And that's exactly what I did. I wind up selling it out, and I'd make keychains out of the extra parts, and those sold out. I was like, geez, I have to buy a bigger bag. And yeah, the bags went from this small to this big to this big, and now it's so big I can't even carry them. They're huge. The most surprising part was just how fast they sold, and I need to step up my game. My number one sellers are my beanies, the winter beanies, because they're really cute and they're really comfy. They keep your head warm. When stores start to open, I was determined to sell them to bigger places. So I walked up and down Patchogue, talking to boutiques, seeing if they were interested, and the owner of Thread said she'll take me in. So they sold really well there, and that's when another boutique in Babylon noticed me, and they wanted my hats as well. That was the busiest winter of my life. With the holiday sales, it was crazy. I couldn't keep up with the orders, but it was just so cool how wow, people want these, and I'm making them. And those, with November and December, that's where I sold 200 hats. It was awesome. I started my business January 2020, and now it is October 2021. I have sold 1,428 items to 28 different states. Anywhere I go, make sure I have my business cards and a hat. So if I see a store, I'll walk in and I'll be like, excuse me, do you know where the owner is? May I talk to them? And I will just try to introduce myself, get them interested. My family, we take a trip to Outer Banks every once in a while, and it was going to be a week, and I know that at nighttime I wouldn't be doing anything, so I brought a bag for me to cut and make patches to get ahead of orders. And it was raining for a couple of days, so I'm like, all right, I'll just take a bike ride to all the stores, I'll see if I can get in.
It was raining all week, so she had her hats there, and she said, I'm just going to go try it and call, see if any owners would want me to sell in their boutiques. So I said, all right, good luck.
Everyone wasn't really interested, so I was like, all right, let me try one more time.
So me and my girlfriend are shopping, and I'm texting her, where are you? How's it going? And she's like, oh, I'm in the store. I'll see you in a little bit. I'm like, okay. I thought she was at the other end. I come walking into a new store, and there she is, but all smiles.
The owner loved my story. She loved everything.
And the woman loved her. like looked at me and was like, "Are you her mom? Like, are you so proud?" I'm like, "You don't even know." Like, just sweating. I'm sweating. She's confident as could be. And she walked out with like a big size check and like her new business.
I walked out of there with a check. It was crazy that I was making money on vacation and I was ready to go home and make hats.
And they've like repeat business now. It's unbelievable.
Anytime she orders like 20, like it's big orders, and she said that they're a big seller. I sell my hats to 7 different boutiques in 3 different states, and my goal is to be in more by the end of the year.
I think it's actually fun. It's, I don't know what she's up to. I hear her all night. COVID was crazy. She was up all night. I'm like, Ella, you need sleep.
The most rewarding thing is being able to save up. I've been able to buy my own car, and that was really rewarding. My main goal was by the time I'm done with driver's ed and I took my road test, I want to be straight on the road. I don't want to wait. I just want to get out there and be able to just go. So I made sure by the time everything was done, I bought a car.
Now that she's got her car, we never see her. She's making one run here, one run there, getting this. Because she didn't have a car, we had a lot of deliveries to make, so we had a list where to go, and she'd have us running.
What made me decide to purchase my first car in all cash was definitely Apex, because you emphasized how important it was to stay out of debt, and I knew if I had the cash, it's okay to spend it. I'm not gonna be in debt, and I'll have a car.
I know she has a lot of drive, so she wants to stay home and go to Suffolk and grow her business that way.
I am planning on going to college. I either want to go to Suffolk and then transfer to Stony Brook. I want to go to Suffolk so I can save money with the courses and still get an education, and then I'll be able to go into Stony Brook and save money. I want to go to Stony Brook to be a gym teacher. With being a gym teacher, I'll be able to have the summers off and more time on my hands so I could run a business.
She just goes for it. She doesn't think twice about it. She's, she is confident in herself. But I know she's going to be successful. I just can't wait. Every year it's been what are we doing now? It's exciting.
Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. It's okay. It might seem weird, but you're a businesses go for it. And I was really nervous about spending money, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna make this back? But if you work hard and put all your time and you really want it, you'll get it back. You'll be able to sell it, and yeah, you'll be okay.
If you meet her, you would know, you would see it in her. She's just Ella.